slight delay.
Yeah, no problem.
Discombobulating.
I'm on your website.
Right, you'll see a feed pop up there shortly. We haven't started it yet.
On the website, you can go try the
Yeah.
Facebook or Twitch.
Yeah, and the Facebook shows it up on the side when we're
Or
live
YouTube.
too, which is pretty impressive technology. Stolen code.
Okay. I'm on Facebook, so I see posts about videos, photos, communities.
Hey, pre-show.
Yep, pre-show.
Yeah, I recognize those voices.
All right.
Bunch of douches.
And in a second, we'll see.
Larry, like, I remember when we were talking in my neighborhood episode, like, he's gonna, like, bring up your hand. This is the kind of game. This is the kind of game for you.
Something very already fun.
Twitch is live. YouTube is live. You got the stuff down. Yeah. Yeah,
I did. I got
you
it.
did.
I got it right away.
You got the cool case and the stuffed animal. Or the, I'm sorry, plushie. It's a plushie. It's not a stuffed animal. It's a plushie.
Oh, Tom, you know you're my plushie.
Seems more right.
Stuff your
Stuffed animal versus a plushie. Yeah, plushie does sound a little bit. Yeah.
It's stuffed, but it's not an animal.
My pre-roll just went live on Facebook. That means our website should be live now.
Hey, that sounds way worse. Make sure your phones are dead. Yep, I just got the live feed notification. And there we are live.
Dang, it shows up like 3 hours wait on the feed on that.
But right where it says video, okay, it's good. All right.
It's still good. It's still good.
All right.
Feed's getting too ugly with weird video game systems.
What, that Earl Shive's paint job?
Oh, the Earl Shive.
That was freaking brilliant.
You guys don't have an Earl Shive.
Yeah.
Earl Shive is like,
From the 70s.
it's like the worst car painting company on earth.
They basically put Vaseline over your glass and your chrome, and then they paint your car.
Huh.
And it looked like they painted it with a spray can most of the time. Any car, any size, $69.95.
Gotcha.
It was
Gotcha.
it was freaking unbelievable.
It was nasty.
And they were out there. There were a lot of them like down in the Chicago area, and you could always tell. Like I said, they literally didn't they didn't like tape or anything, like just Vaseline over all your chrome and stuff, and then they painted. That you were. What's that? That you.
You were just in England, weren't you?
Yeah. Okay. That you were just Vaseline. It to an extent, yeah, it went just fine. All right.
Vaseline has a
Oh,
lot
how
of
do I
uses.
pronounce your
Let me
name
tell you.
properly?
Hi, what?
How do I pronounce your name properly?
Yuri.
Yuri. I can do it. Yuri.
Yeah, it's like Russian, but yeah, it's not Russian even. It's like we pronounce it in Russian.
That's how we pronounce
Russian like or Russian like?
No, we ain't going there. We ain't going
Don't
there.
even start with that whole thing. It gets me all wound up.
All right.
Roll Light was made by musicians.
All right, it's that time, Rob.
Alright.
Get him riled up already.
Yeah, you did. You distracted him. We gotta start the show.
Alright, and 3, and 2, and 1. Live from the 6th subfloor basement of the Guys, Games, and Beer Towers in Racine, Wisconsin. It's the podcast your mom warned you about. It's Guys, Games, and Beer! And today with us we have... We've lost Yuri!
No, you didn't.
Yay!
But
He's
Team
not
ARG.
bad.
Do you ever just say TeamARG?
Yeah, I like to pronounce it TeamARG, but I don't know if it should be pronounced like that in English. And most people say TeamARG.
Oh. But ARG is so good.
I'm kind of going with the ARG myself, but it's okay.
Arg.
Yeah, that was like a joke for me, man.
Okay, so now that you've said who he's with, let's talk about what he's got. What he's going to here to talk about.
We're talking about Arduventure. And, well, should we start with what's Arduventure all about?
Okay,
Let's start with that.
So for a quick synopsis, it belongs to this awesome little device called the Arduboy, and it's very tiny and sleek, but it is an awesome Arduino-based game console.
Yep, and it's tiny on the RAMs and tiny on the
Yep.
storage.
Yes, it is.
This is like your modern OG Game Boy.
Yeah, but it's more like the size of a keychain.
Yeah, you can fit it in your wallet if you're
Yeah.
willing to.
And it's pretty tough, man. It's built like a brick.
Yeah.
And this thing's, and you know, the battery lasts for freaking ever. This is the first time I've ever I must have left it on, like, for 2 weeks. And that's the first time I've ever had it be dead.
Oh, jeez.
Ever.
Okay, so, but you were about to ask Yuri.
Yes, let's talk a little bit about Arduventure. What's the basic premise?
You have to remember that I'm not native English, so you have to explain it.
Okay.
So what is Arduventure about?
Yeah, it's an RPG. We wanted to do. Well, Siegfried made a demo of an RPG, a small one, but it bricked everybody's Arduboy.
Yeah, with that.
Because you ran out of RAM quite quickly, and then you were unable to reboot it. So I went to him and I said, I want to turn these into a full game.
Because as a full game, we can really crash the systems.
Yeah. No, the thing is, he went all wrong using memory space, and I had already found some little tricks to come at a better way to do that.
Okay, so you said that's Siegfried who was doing the initial development on it?
The demos?
Sorry, I didn't understand the question.
I'm sorry, so the person who first started writing the game, that was Siegfried?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's from Belgium too.
All right. So he at that time was not doing it as what we call a procedurally generated adventure. He was doing an actual fixed memory adventure?
Yes, and we are doing the same thing right now for this game.
Right, so this is not a procedurally generated adventure. Everything is a fixed one. Now that does get to be a problem with as little RAM as you are working with.
Yeah.
So, Travis, how much RAM is in
I
that?
honestly don't know off the top of my head.
2K.
2K.
Yeah.
Literally a Timex Sinclair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, because you're looking the wrong way at this.
Ah.
Because we actually do not need any RAM at all. We're reading everything out of the program space.
So you're actually playing out of the program space?
Yep.
Oh. Well, that's very interesting.
And that's possible because the Arduino chip is fast enough to just push everything from out of memory straight to the screen,
Gotcha.
play music, and read out buttons at the same time.
Yeah, so that really expands the capability of what you can do.
Well,
yeah, for sure.
That's what really surprised me. The fact, and you just said play music. The fact you put 2 songs on that as well was just. It's like, wait a minute. I mean, again, knowing the initial RAM limitations of the Arduboy, it really was amazing that you had to play music. I'm thinking that had to be really tricky. I was wondering how you had done that, so that explains that.
Yeah. So before the show, I was kind of talking about Larry. Some of the best like OG Game Boy games. From,
Okay,
like,
explain OG before you say it.
Original gangster, but
Okay.
but old
Original
school.
geek.
Old school.
But some of the old black and white games, some of the greatest experiences I ever had on that console were some of the action adventure games they had. You know, your Final Fantasy.
Right, Final Fantasy. There was a Legend of Zelda.
Yeah, Final Fantasy Adventure series. This looks very much akin to that kind of style. It looks like you have turn-based battles as well. But I again, for a very basic system, the graphics look pretty cool.
Well, that's one of the things I mean that's what I was talking about when I was. So we recently did an episode where we just talked about our favorite Game Boy games, and I'm doing this for.
Yeah, no, you can do it for his benefit.
And one of the things I talked about is that a lot of the handhelds at the time, they tried to be really bold and do a color screen and stuff like that, but there was a real efficiency problem. But the Game Boy original, even though it was just black and white and, you know, dots, it ended up being so clear that it was very comfortable to play, even though you were missing color and some of the other things, but it didn't really matter. The clarity was there, and so you still very much enjoyed the game. And that's kind of what I'm seeing from what's available on the Kickstarter page is that, you know, black and white clarity. I know what things are.
Interesting sprites and background
Right.
design.
So that brings up the point, Yuri. Are you guys doing your own graphics design, or do you have somebody else do the actual character design?
No, Siegfried is still in charge of every pixel on the screen.
And see, now that brings up so again, some of your previous games, all of them graphically, again, considering the space you're working in, really, he does an amazing job with the limited amount of graphics capability on that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was the first thing I wanted to make outstanding with TeamARG is to have graphics in such a small game space and 1-bit screen, and still have graphics that look like, whoa, how is this even possible? So I managed to attract some people who have been very great at pixel art design in 1-bit.
Yeah,
Cast Pixel is one of them. She's a Greek pixel artist.
So, go ahead.
Yeah. What was that name again?
Cast Pixel. She's on Twitter. She has like 12,000 followers.
So yeah, so kind of talking about, we had this Arduventure game. You guys have a Kickstarter going currently. That's
yeah, let's blew that away.
So yeah, so
Lindsay funded.
yeah. So you guys are offering the Arduventure game. The cool thing was for the earlier backers and things, they had limited edition Arduboys that came in special edition gold and black, which looked super slick.
Rob's all excited because he got one.
So, and they're at a great cost. Did you kind of partner up with the hardware producer to say, hey, you know, we'd like to release this, you know, kind of as an official release, or is this something you went to like a third party to get distributed?
Well, I know Kevin from the start, when he started with his Kickstarter Arduboy 2 years ago.
Okay.
I talked to him and I said, we were already making games for Arduino devices, other Arduino devices like Shields and TV Out. And suddenly this thing came out on Kickstarter, and I just mailed him like, I want to make games for this device too. Are you interested? And then we started talking, and we actually made the very first game he then put on the Arduboy to send out to every backer. And that was Blob Attack.
Oh, gotcha. So yeah, you got quite a history with the system itself as well. So this is
well, and yeah, Arduino in general. I mean, there's.
Yeah, well, I've been involved together with other people on the library for Arduboy, and at some point I made my own library, and then it came back together with the one from Kevin. And now with somebody from Sweden, we made our 4-channel chiptune player. That's
insane. Just getting it on there. Tom was saying it's all about the compression. Is that true?
Yeah, it is. But
So
the thing, so I wanted to do a special edition just for fun, because I was like, I want to do something special for this game, Arduventure. And Kevin told me, yes, we can, but they have to be paid in front, because we cannot do for 1,000 units something special. The cost will be too high. That's why we started a Kickstarter together.
Right, because this is the first thing, you normally don't kickstart your games. It was, again, it was interesting to see you actually kickstart something. And again, and the ability to get the special Arduboy, as well as even the standard Arduboy for that price, is amazing.
Oh yeah, I mean it's a great way to get it if you don't have it.
So the Kickstart's coming to an end. They've blown away their
There's 17
goals.
days left.
Yeah, well, it's still, but they've blown away the goals. I mean, it's you guys are like what 10 times the amount you asked for.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, almost 10 times the amount they asked for. And all the premium packages are gone, which kind of broke my little heart. But if you guys don't already own, and I'm just gonna put this
I
out
told
there
you
now.
guys, like,
I know you
Yeah.
did.
when I
know you
ordered
did.
mine,
I
said,
normally
I
don't
listened.
jump in right
No.
away, though.
But Rob, seriously, I looked at it like the next day.
and it's gone.
it was
Yeah,
gone.
and they were
yeah,
already
It was-
gone.
It
Yeah,
was pretty razor thin there.
yeah. I probably looked within the week and they were already gone. But so
There was like 8 left when I ordered mine. I was like, oh, I better get this done.
yeah. So again, the other part of the deal is that you guys have evidently made with the Arduboy manufacturers is the price is amazing. If you guys haven't jumped in on the Kickstarter yet, you really should.
Yeah, it's a good way to, and again, it's a good introduction to the system. I mean, it looks like you're getting a really cool game with it.
Oh,
You
amazing!
get the
man,
hardware.
yeah.
I mean, it's a cool piece of kit. Like, I mean, sometimes simple is good. You can take it with you legitimately anywhere.
Yeah.
And like Rob was saying, like I'm holding it right now, and this is really surprisingly tough and just like hard. You're like,
Yeah, it's
I'd be
building.
really impressed if you actually broke it. You'd have to like try to break this damn thing.
Yeah, it's a cool, very cool piece of kit. Like,
Yeah.
the amount you pack into that package is pretty
And
cool.
just even the buttons, the quality
Oh,
of these buttons.
And
is
it was funny
amazing.
when
Those
Rob
have a
first
good
got
feel.
this. That was one of the things he talked about was the quality of the controller on this.
Because
Which-
I was really expecting like, oh, I'll be capacitive and it won't be that great, but I was like, seriously, the feel on these is
Really great. Because you're using turn-based, I'm sorry, Yuri, because you're using turn-based combat, you know,
Yeah.
did, again, the controller on this particular unit is extremely good. I imagine that helps. I mean, even in turn-based combat, just be able to scroll through the menus and pick what you want without
Yeah, I mean-
overshooting and goofing
Yeah,
around.
it would be a
I
little
imagine
tough
that
for
helped a lot.
Twitchier stuff, but
The game
You
lends
can
itself
actually hook
well
that
to
up.
that.
You can hook that up to your PC and use it as a controller too.
Just as
If you're feeling like a nut.
yeah.
So what was your question?
Oh, no, my question is, so the control scheme on it for the game, because your Kickstarter really doesn't go through the control scheme much. Pretty much
Oh,
just
yeah.
a straightforward.
that's your RPG.
Yeah, I know it's an RPG. I'm just asking.
Yeah, well, you will be
He may have
roaming
done something
around in
different.
the world, and then you go into a battle because you set the amount of footsteps, and then you go into a battle, and then you have a menu, and clicking through the menu will be very natural.
You know, it's fixed. So, you know, what do you expect of like the replayability? You know, is there?
Or is it like but it's not, if it's not
I think it's
procedural based.
probably fixed. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So maybe the
this-
better question is, what is kind of the average, like an average
Hours.
person for hours on this game?
We're aiming above 3 hours. If you know every place on the map.
Yeah, so
You know, which probably works out pretty good if you're playing this like in between stuff because you just
Yeah.
got it with you, like you would like a
At the
pocket
airports.
thing at the airport or something.
Great
like that,
bathroom
you
game.
know.
yeah, right.
Yeah, bathroom game.
Do you it actually, you could probably disinfect it pretty easily. So
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, you
Spray
can
it
probably
down.
use it in the rest.
Just
of
spray
the
it down.
By the way, our airport's a horror show like they are in the U.S.
Are they? You said
Yeah. Are the airports over there as bad as they are in the U.S.?
In Belgium,
Yeah.
remember we had a bomb attack last year?
Yeah, I bet they are now.
Or the airport there is as bad. We only have one national airport and 2 smaller ones or 3 smaller ones, but yeah, it's the same thing. You have to wait for flights and then
Yeah.
Take your shoes off.
yeah.
You
So-
gotta do that to go to the courthouse now.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay, Yuri.
Yeah.
So you've got the 2 premium packages, the one with the plushie and the custom Arduboy. The one where you get the custom Arduboy, and then you got the standard package, which is just the regular old white Arduboy with the program preloaded.
Yeah.
I take it because you've kind of squashed this goal that shipping will probably be pretty much right on schedule with what you guys were thinking.
It should be. But the major problem won't be having it out in time. It's more like what will be happening with the mail thing, because it's shipping out from around after New Year, and mostly mail doesn't go very fast in that period.
Yeah.
So the game will be finished in time. That won't be the problem. Hardware too, because it's actually the same. The same as the one, just another color.
Right.
Object molds are being just replaced by another color.
So the Arduboy is it's a really great like hobbyist system to kind of play around with. There's something to be said with the limited space, because that way you can kind of program relatively easily. It's kind of a fun thing to kind of play around with. There's lots of user forums out there and communities with the other users. Before working on the Arduboy, were there other game systems, or did you make other games before this, or was this something you started with this hardware?
Well, to be honest, I'm an architect, so I don't know anything about programming.
Yeah.
When I started. So then I went for an IT job and taught myself everything I needed to know. And I found a course about Arduino, followed it, and started learning myself. And that's how I wanted to make games. And I thought this was the perfect opportunity to go into a new system, because Arduino was quite new at the day, and I started learning more about C, C++. And what I'm best at this moment is squeezing everything into a tiny place. Most of the functions are written by somebody else of our team, and I try to make it smaller. That's what I'm good at.
So now that brings up another interesting point. Yuri, you guys are actually going to have the code as open code on this, so that other people can look to see what tricks you've applied to this software to fit such a very large playing game into such a small system. You want to tell us a little about that?
Yeah. You're dropping on and off.
Sorry about that. Yeah. Again, so for those, one more time, who don't know, Yuri is in Belgium and we're speaking to him.
So it's not standard to open source these, right?
I have not seen any of it.
Arduino stuff?
So-
Yeah.
No, yeah.
It is standard. That's kind of.
Oh yeah, I mean, I edit games on the Arduboy all the time to suit my crappy playstyle.
I was going to say you had your own custom graphics, but that's a whole other issue.
Basically,
I
sucks
think I
at
need
everything.
some more lives here.
Yep.
But yeah, no. Again, the great thing about the Arduino platform is it's very oriented towards hobbyists and people who do really cool stuff. So there's a lot of communities out there that kind of collaborate and share, and it's really cool to see what people are up to. And I think the fact that this is going to be one of those projects that people kind of peek into the code or kind of expand or mod or things like that, I think is really awesome.
Well, again, especially considering how ambitious this project is and how much they've jammed into such a tiny unit,
That's insane.
physically and
Technologically.
Okay, so you said you're running the out of the program memory area. What do you have on that? I don't know the spec on that.
Yeah. Well, prog_mem is actually just the RAM you put a code in.
Yeah.
So you have normal Arduino has 32 kilobytes, but because it's a Leonardo, it's only 28.5 kilobytes.
Okay.
That's where you put everything in.
Still, much more powerful than an Atari 2600.
Well, that's
Yeah,
what I'm
but
kind
we
of
have
thinking.
better
It's like
surprise.
basically programming for like a Commodore 64 or something like that, where you get a lot smaller space.
Well, and so that is something, and again, that your team Yuri has established. So some of us here are very old school gamers. We came up, with some of the very first home computers. I mean, hence the reason I remember the old Timex Sinclair or the Sinclair systems and things like that. And before that, the ZX80, and before that, the Cosmic Elf. You really had to use your memory and your program space wisely. Now, technically, we didn't have program space on that. You only had RAM. But you learn to do some pretty clever things in some pretty small spaces. I think there's a beauty to being limited to what you can program in. You've got to be a lot more elegant about your solutions.
That's that's what triggered me at the first place is because it's so tiny, and actually a lot of people are giving up because they think we can't do it, and that's what triggers me to keep continuing.
That is the best reason to do something like this, just to prove it can be done.
Yeah, it's a lot to be said for the resourcefulness, and I do have to say with a simpler console, things like that, it's a lot easier and accessible for people to pick up and play. People who might not be into these giant RPG experiences where you get lost in 80 million menus and you're kind of trying to manage all this crazy stuff that you can't figure out. You can just pick it up. You're like, okay, this is
my first time Dragon Age, would you?
Well, yeah, I mean, there is something to be said about, like, sometimes you don't mind a linear experience.
Yeah, after I was trying to find some games for my wife to play, she really likes Luigi's Mansion. I was trying to find some other, like, adventure game style for her. And, like, I tried to get her on to some of the Legend of Zelda games, where it was, like, some of those are so obtuse, you have to, like, explore around and find, like, the random items. Yeah, I started, like, Ocarina of Time, stuff like that. And so, again, sometimes you just need something really linear. She's like, you know, you need something to hold your hand, kind of move straight forward, and you know exactly what you need to do, rather than kind of... You can explore if you want, which I think this game has.
You can explore, but there's a pile of woods, so you can't go in that section.
Yeah, so sometimes there's something to be said for simplicity in games and just having an experience that, you know, you're not having too much convoluted.
Then you found the axe. Now you can go through. You know, so obviously this takes a lot of time, but do you play? Are you playing any other games? Just games you like or enjoy
that you didn't write?
Well, I have to be honest. I don't even play my own games.
Copious spare time, right?
I just create them. I try them out. I try to make them better, and then when it's finished, it's like, okay, I know how to finish the game. Somebody else plays it. Yeah. I have a Game Boy from when I was young. I played a lot on that. I have a PSP on which I emulate the Game Boy because it has a better screen. I do have an Amiga 500. Yeah. Not from when I was young, but I just recently bought it.
Good call.
What are you playing on your Amiga? This is an Amiga
everything.
group.
Like everything.
No, yeah.
Everybody here started on Amiga, right?
Yeah.
Everybody here is Amiga.
Yeah, literally, we all cut our teeth. Again, I go way back, but we've all owned Amigas. We still all own Amigas.
Mine's in pieces.
Yeah, I'm probably a bit older than you imagined it.
I don't know. I'm old as dirt over here, so yeah, I'm betting you're a lot younger than me. So, but yeah, we go back a long way with this
Stunt
stuff.
Car Driver.
That's a very popular game. That's what was more popular.
Hey, what system did you start out on?
Me?
Yeah.
I think the very first time I ever saw a console must have been Atari 2. And then Commodore 64 was pretty big.
Yeah.
I do now have a Spectrum ZX.
Oh, nice. Did you have one of the original ones or one of the new ones? One of the Kickstarter ones?
The first one.
You got one of the original ones. Nice.
And that's actually a quite good console for inspiration on sprites and stuff.
Yeah, again, that goes back down to being able to program and use small amounts of memory. That's, again, sometimes I understand that we make much more complex games nowadays, but sometimes it's nice to... So my game style is
remembers.
I look for games. It's really hard for me to make hundreds of hours to play a game. I just don't have that kind of blocks of time. So again, games like like yours are really good for me because again, 2 or 3 hours, I can spend 2 to 3 hours on a game. A weekend? No, I'm not going to get a weekend to play a game.
The Arduboy is actually it's a pretty crazy platform as far as what you can find out there. It's kind of funny because people try some pretty extreme stuff on it. I actually, it's kind of funny. I was going through your back catalog and I realized that one of the first games I loaded on was Epic Crates of Mass Destruction. That was
That's a cool one.
Yeah, I like that one.
It's a one-room shooter.
Yeah, it's
So
there's
like,
another
it's
game
like a
that was very
lane
similar
shooter.
to it, and I said, hey, I'll go with that, and sure as heck that was fun. You basically
It's like a game you can play for 2-3 minutes. It won't last any longer. So it's just like, okay, I'm dead. I want to try again. I want to try again. I want to try again. It's like going over in small parts, and when you're done, you just put it aside.
It's one of the few games on the Arduboy that I've sworn at.
As you're starting a community, is there like a store, or do you download off your PC and sideload, or how do you?
Well, the thing is, all our games so far are open source. All the other games are mostly two, maybe one or two are not. And it's quite hard to set up a store because it's open source. People just throw source around on the internet, and
You can literally just see the code.
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, that's what most people like about it, is they can see the source, adapt some stuff, have more lives or whatever, or try another sprite, and try again.
And God mode engaged.
You put a Drunken Larry's face in there.
Didn't we do that with something?
Yeah, you did actually make a Drunken Larry 8-bit character. So
Yeah.
now you're gonna have to do a 1-bit, a Drunken Larry 1-bit that we can put on the Arduboy.
Is it just a character that's passed out and doesn't move?
No, he's super delightful.
Oh no, he loses his soul.
That's right.
I can't believe you stole part of his shoe.
No, I own part of Larry's soul. Get it right.
Okay. You ready
Okay.
out?
So, all right. So also for you, those who don't know, the reason we didn't do Bear Court yet is because we have kept poor Yuri up way past his bedtime. It's like what time is it there, Yuri?
Now it's 1 a.m.
So Yuri has been really good and stayed up late
Really fucking dedicated.
to come on the show and talk about this at 1 effing a.m. in the morning.
So the Kickstarter's closing up. Do you have any immediate plans to kind of poke around more at Arduventure? Do you have other kind of plans in your head you might kind of choke away at? What are you looking to do kind of after this Kickstarter is done?
When the Kickstarter is done, by that time the game Arduventure should be completely finished, maybe 1 week later or something. And then we're about to create a pinball game too.
Ooh.
Oh,
that's a good idea.
Oh, nice.
That's actually a really good idea.
Yeah, Gavin, the guy who does most of the hard engine stuff, was capable of making an engine that really feels like pinball. Like the ball is actually doing gravity-alike movements, which is quite cool.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about a physics engine on that size of a system. That's
I'm actually really
cool.
excited about that one. That
I
sounds
like that
amazing.
idea.
Yeah, we all just got a little excited.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And the screen will look like those Amiga pinball games, Pinball Fantasy.
I love
Okay,
Okay,
Fantasy.
so by that do you mean you're gonna do like the scrolling screen where you scroll up the board to get more
Yeah.
board on? Oh, brilliant idea.
Yeah, that's really
Yeah, I was wondering about that. So yeah, doing the scrolling screen, that was again something very cool that was done on Pinball Fantasy. And I think I can't remember a game that did it before the Amiga where they scrolled the screen up.
I've seen other ones that will switch the screen, but
Right.
not scroll.
Not
like
that scrolling.
yeah.
That scrolling made a nice feel. That's a really nice idea.
Really liked Pinball Fantasy.
Pinball Fantasy was a great game.
Amazing.
Pinball Dreams was very disappointing.
Yeah, it was.
So.
Then another game we were working on is we already created a dungeon game for not Arduboy but an Arduino Shield. It has like 256 levels, and if you go on our website, it's called Dungeon, and it has a technical page where a lot of the compression techniques are explained already. We're using kind of the same technique, but even going deeper with it. And so we will be doing a dungeon again, the second one in a row, but this time it will be rogue. so it will have infinity levels.
Right, so it's a procedurally generated one.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, but with a fixed seed.
With a what?
A fixed, well, you can produce, or how do you pronounce it in English? Procedural.
Procedural.
Yeah, you have a generator, and it needs a seed, and normally it's random, but we will make a fixed one, so it will be the same for everybody in progress.
Gotcha.
Nice.
So that also means you can save the game and continue, and everybody will be doing the same
really
path,
cool.
but there will be alternatives.
That's
As long as you don't die.
Yeah, well.
As long as you don't die, which...
All right.
All right, so I got one last question for you before I let you free.
Okay.
As far as packaging go, one of the fun things about the Arduboy was, of course, the ridiculous Ziploc bag it came in. It came with a nutrition packet, which is pretty funny. Are you guys doing anything special with the packaging?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It won't come in a zip, but now the new Arduboys are shipping in a box with a sleeve. You put in the box in the sleeve, and when you pull it out, you can open it up, and it has, yeah, that's the sleeve.
Nice.
Cool. All right, so.
But for the special edition, it will be, and nobody knows yet, but it will be all black with gold stamp.
Ooh, nice.
It looks like.
Well, now you heard it here. For those of you who got in on this Kickstarter, you just found out that it's going to be a special edition one as well.
It looks slick.
All right, so Rob, let's. Yuri, what do you guys have a normal website besides your Twitter and your Facebook?
Yes, www.team. How do you say?
Dash.
ARG.
Dash ARG.org.
All right, great. We will have a link to that on our website, so people can find you there. You can also find them at Twitter. It's team_ARG. What do they have a Facebook page too? Right?
Some org.
Yep, and it will be linked up in the show notes, of course.
Right, we'll have links to all their pages there. We'll also have links to the Kickstarter. I don't know how many of the
It's sub $50.
the regular ones. It's $39. Yeah. It's cheap. It's cheaper to buy their game and the Arduboy than it is to buy just the Arduboy. The Arduboy will cost you $49. You can buy this for $39 with their game
I jumped on it
preloaded.
just before this, so you know.
Yeah, so right now I think the only one who hasn't yet is Tyler. I think everybody else here has already jumped on
the whole
the
table
Kickstarter.
went and jumped on
Yeah,
it.
literally the
Can I
whole.
ask one more question?
Yeah.
Do you drink beer? And if so, what's your favorite beer?
From Belgium.
My favorite beer?
He's from Belgium. He drinks beer. I bet.
Yeah, it has to be Belgian beer. Right?
Yeah.
I don't know what you're drinking.
Well, tonight we're going to be doing 3 sheets, a wit, but we drink everything.
Yeah, I was recently in Brussels about 2 weeks ago. It was apparently a Scottish brewery, but they had a brew dog in Belgium, like downtown, and they had some really, really interesting beers. Some of them, I like Belgian styles, man. They're bubbly and usually pretty alcoholic and delicious.
Well, and that's why we don't often have international.
That's
guests,
true. So your favorite local beer?
My favorite local, normal, not so high alcoholic beer is Hoegaarden.
Oh, Hoegaarden.
Oh yeah, very good. We've actually had that.
Yeah, okay. Something you can actually procure, a nice, good, blonde.
Yeah. Again, that's right up my alley, too.
Totally has not been on the show, though. Has not been on Beer Court.
No, we have not had it on Beer Court.
We should have to get it on Beer Court.
Yes, we will. All right. We should probably let him go.
Yes.
Yeah, and if you have another Belgian beer, go for Eau
Audible.
I haven't tried that.
I haven't tried that one, so I'll have to look that up.
All right, that's what I'm going to look up now.
All right, so those of you who are going to the Midwest Gaming Classic and are interested in the Arduboy or Arduventure, it is highly expected that it should be delivered by the time the MGC starts. So there will both probably there will definitely be this Arduboy there that you can get hands on with and play a game or two. I'll be switching it out probably day by day. It holds one game at a time. There's some menu systems. Yeah. And then the special edition one should also be there by that time, and if it is, you'll see that there as well, and be able to get hands on time with Arduventure.
Big special thanks to Yuri for coming on and for staying up so late. We really appreciate you coming on the show today.
Yeah, really excited to have my hands on Arduventure. Very much so.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for having me. Bye.
Get some sleep. Bye.
Yo.
All right, time for us to do beer court now.
Okay,
Wait.
can we just talk about how interesting this feels?
We will.
We
After
will.
the introduction.
Yes.
Of beer court.
For God's sake, let me get back to the control system.
Get back to the control system.
Oh, hands on deck.
So now we've finally get to beer court. This is interesting.
Ba-dum-bum.
Ba-da-bum-bum. Ba-da-bum-bum-bum-bum-ba-da.
Beer court.
Okay, so tonight we're trying something a little bit different. We've done stuff from Three Sheeps before. Three Sheeps is out of Sheboygan,
Good old
Wisconsin.
Sheboygan.
Sheboygan.
Crazy ass Sheboygan.
It's your boy Sheboygan.
Okay,
And I
so
will say, like as you were starting to say, this label, just touching this label,
I know.
it's weird.
it's
like,
textured.
it's like touching wallpaper.
Yeah, it's a textured label. It's
I just had leftover wallpaper.
it's very interesting. It's a non-slip bottle. Okay,
You mean
so
like the socks you get in the hospital?
yeah, like the socks you get in the hospital. So in Wisconsin, it is the end of September, and it's been 90 degrees for the last 4 or 5
true.
days. I mean, it's been balls hot, literally.
It's
around
been
here.
hotter here than it has been in Orlando, Florida.
That does not surprise me at all. So, as one last blast for summer, we're going to do a tart wheat beer with blackberries. It's a nitro tart wheat beer with blackberries. This is Three Sheeps Nitro Berry beer.
Sounds like you're 3 sheets
Yeah,
to
so
the
it's
wind
I wish
already.
I was. God, I wish I was.
So it's
Okay,
Army Wisconsin.
Okay, so Nitro Berry invokes the spirit of a delicate blackberry sorbet. It's a little sweet, a little tart, with just a touch of cream and just the right amount of blackberry goodness. We started the lab with a secret blend of natural ingredients, add a slight pucker, then add the blackberries. Before we do what shockingly few breweries in the country can, bottle it with nitrogen for a smooth, velvety mouth feel. So when they say nitro berry, they mean nitrogen bottle.
Yeah.
Tom, have you always liked them tart?
I love them tart.
Maybe the reason it's textured is because it tells you to pour it aggressively.
Yeah, that could be it.
Says it.
So
Invert bottle, pour aggressively, and be patient.
So
let it
straight-
settle. Yeah, it seriously shows it
And then
upside
pull it
down.
out.
Yeah.
And we're just gonna drink it out of
Beer court
bottle.
chaos tonight
Yeah.
on G2B.
Like
no,
a
it's really
like a
interesting.
bunch
that
of
it is-
rubes.
It really is interesting that they textured the label. That's just
bunch
very
of
different.
rubes.
Oh.
We're just gonna drink it out of the
No.
bottle.
Fucking don't do that.
What?
Mm-mm.
Oh.
Not you.
Oh. Ooh, guess what I don't like?
They said there was sweetness.
Yeah.
Where's the sweetness?
Yeah.
Too tart.
Now it could be the fact we've been eating gummy bears for the entire show.
Oh man, pass me a gummy bear, will you?
You know.
Maybe it's because we
Thanks.
didn't aggressively
Oh.
pour it into a glass.
Oh.
It's a tart.
Actually,
Now that to be said, it's tart. I was not expecting it to be that tart.
No, maybe that's it. Maybe
But-
that's it.
It's not that bad. It really is not. Like, it does taste like blackberries and stuff.
Yeah, the more I drink it, the more I'm liking it. I guess that first initial. You're right. I think I was
well,
expecting
you
a
know,
little
I
sweetness.
cleared my palate with a gummy bear, so.
Oh, so you still got some sweetness going on. And maybe I was expecting that sweetness to start with, a little sweetness in there, and there's no
But,
sweetness.
yeah.
It's all tart.
But also how smooth it is. Like I said, with the nitrogen,
It is
because
smooth as
there's no
fuck.
bite then. It's just like,
No. But then again, it's also not very carbonated.
Oh, I would agree with that too.
but it's
I
not so much
don't
that
like
the
this
carbonation.
style beer normally.
Oh,
but
it.
It actually isn't too bad.
The more I drink it, the more I like it.
And
Rob,
the thing is,
Rob, not so much.
I
You
don't
can
normally
drink
like
a
this
lot
kind
of
of beer,
this.
but I really
it's only 3.5%.
It's only 3.5?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
could drink it
So
all
you can
night.
drink this in the sun all
Fruit
day.
juice that's been sitting out too long.
Yeah.
All right, wait. Let me just
So that's how they made
let me
it.
just slam some here.
No,
Palate.
Again, the more I drink it, the more I like it.
it's not something I would order again.
No, I probably wouldn't go
Because
on
again,
my way
I'm not a
to get
big
it.
like on tart flavors and stuff, but
No,
it's
but
definitely not
but-
bad.
But if it was sitting in a cooler at a party,
Ice cold.
ice cold,
On
and
a
it was
hot
90
day.
On a hot
degrees
day.
out,
It's still like 80 some out right there right now, guys.
So yeah, no, I could just drink more of this. It's just not something I'd go out of my way for. So if you like tart things and stuff, this is definitely up your alley.
It's kind of become a thing lately. So
Tarts,
Tart and
yeah.
sour
Yeah, great.
beers.
So we went from IPAs,
Tarts
now we're going to go to tart beers.
tarts and sours.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're halfway between beer and wine.
Yeah, yeah.
Which,
Oh,
All right, verdict, guys.
I'm running the other way. I'm going German all day long lately.
Okay, well, not our
I
worst
said
beer
that.
ever shown, but
oh, it's
we had
definitely not the worst.
Have we had something so unanimously just meh before?
Not often.
no, not often. This is just
It's a meh.
It's a mad beer. I mean, it's okay. It drinks the being not very carbonated, not very alcoholic. It drinks really fast.
You wouldn't mistake it for something else.
No, God no.
no.
You drink this beer and you know it's a Three Shapes Nitro Berry.
But you do get a nice
Be
berry
patient.
flavor on it.
Let
though.
it settle.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. We aren't aggressively
yeah.
pouring it, so.
Is there junk in the bottom of here?
Oh, maybe.
I see some flow.
There's junk in the trunk.
There might be stuff in the bottom.
So
That
what?
could be
I
why
should
the
just
taste
put my
is not
thumb over
right.
it and...
Well, we have one more. We could get a glass and try.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get a glass and try this. We won't do it on the air, but I've got a feeling that this has stuff in it, and that
Yeah, probably
yeah,
actual
Well, I
berries.
just swished it.
Problem
actual-
solved.
yeah, you know something. Let me try
A little bit of
swishing it.
swishing. Wait a minute. Well,
Gonna unlock the flavor, you know.
wait a minute.
Actually, that did change mine a little bit. It
Yeah.
did.
Not mine. Still tart.
Maybe I'm just too used to the tart.
Actually, now I got the tart.
Oh, you want to get the tart before?
That's actually went to a meh.
Okay,
I went
so
from I didn't really like it at all. It was really just
Yeah,
water.
you need the tart.
Yeah, I guess you gotta shake it up.
So are you gonna reevaluate?
one more
I'm
time.
still
Yeah, I'll put it.
All right.
unanimous.
Yeah.
It's a unanimous meh. All right, Judge Rob, pass verdict on this beer.
Well, charge one being mostly harmless. That's true.
Ha!
Charge
3 something? Yeah. Mostly. not.
Yeah, that is mostly harmless.
charge two. Extreme pain
Stinky
when
label?
inserting it in your anus. Absolutely, you are guilty. I am gonna sentence it to drinking because I'm gonna agree with the whole idea that that this is a little bit better as you drink it. It's coming up a little bit.
Yeah.
It's the drinking by
I don't think I want to throw this up.
Tyler,
I
What?
really don't want to
take
throw
off
this
your
up.
pants.
No.
Can you imagine barfing this?
Yeah, no.
Oh yeah, no, no.
Gross.
Oh,
No.
up through your nose or something. there?
It'd be like
You know what?
barfing
though?
up a
Everyone
flower
try to
garden.
barf, because we have had a different effect with some beers.
Blueberries.
Well, blueberries.
I mean,
So it'd be terrible. I thought you might change to like.
No, that is straight blueberry burps.
Wouldn't it be amazing if it changed to chocolate?
Yeah, well, that's
Like
that orange beer.
chocolate beer turned to orange.
Yeah.
That was Willy Wonka shit. For
That was actually. All right,
Tyler Rob checks out.
I'm not.
Kill it. Kill it now.
Yeah.
kill the show.
Kill it with fire.
I'm not feeling it. I'm
Yeah.
I'm gonna drink it though.
Only because I'm dissed.
All right, let's go ahead and close this show out.
All right, thank you very much for watching Guys, Games, and Beer.
Ooh,
You can check
remind
us
me
out
about Saturday.
at www.guysgamesandbeer.net. Remember, of course, that we do indeed have a special edition of Guys, Games, and Beer coming up. We
That's
are.
the cranky version because this will be in the morning, right?
Oh,
Yes,
man.
it is going to be the cranky
We're
morning.
still doing beer court.
I thought we were gonna do whiskey coffee court.
Ooh, I like that idea.
I mean, just throwing it out there.
That's gonna get you going, really. I still can't get off this beer.
Well,
Maybe suck it on
I'm
it harder.
sorry.
Well, get to it.
No, I'm sorry, but it's Can I think about the second?
We already decided
You do kind of realize we were waiting for the end of the show as you're drinking.
Yeah, but
Maybe
what's
I'll
it really
spend that
matter?
way.
It's usually you guys holding
Well,
it
they
up.
Oh, I don't know. Somebody's reaction to this is not good, Rob.
What the
Angry
fuck?
face.
What the fuck?
Somebody evidently does not want to wait for you to finish that beer, Rob. Wrap the show up.
So let's just do something.
It's fucking Larry, isn't it?
Let's just sit here
Damn,
while
Larry.
I finish this beer and ponder life.
I see okay. Right across the screen and Larry's.
All right, so Saturday 10 a.m. p.m. We've got the folks behind Vindicta coming on. That's Saturday. This Saturday, 10 a.m. CST. They have got a VR game. They're calling in out of Beirut. So that is a.
GSP is going international.
Dang straight.
We were just international, okay?
I know. I mean,
He made contacts.
not really the
is it?
first time.
No.
Yeah.
You know,
but we're getting some cool
we
interviews.
get a lot more Nordic countries usually.
Yeah, actually we do. Surprise, a lot of
Yeah.
Scandinavian countries.
But regardless,
They like
Welcome
beer.
to you, Tom.
Anyway,
Got that whole Scandinavian thing going.
Hope to catch you guys there. It should be a great show, I think. Thank you very much for TeamARG, coming on.
Yeah.
I was just thrilled to get this. This was, it's hard to get Arduboy developers on. I don't know why, but they are like busy people and they're all out of the country. So I really do
Well,
appreciate
and,
different games.
and because they're
Yeah.
open, they're not chilling, so it's not.
No, it's not like they're making money on this stuff.
Yeah.
And
Right.
cool to hear what he's doing. Yeah, again, classic example. Trust me, you may see how much they've crushed this Kickstarter. Doesn't matter because they're selling the stuff cheaper than it costs.
That's
Yeah.
They're
absolutely
not-
true.
It's a labor of love.
They are literally doing this because they love programming.
It's a
They
cool little
love
system.
this.
It's cheap to pick up.
Yeah.
Definitely check it out.
Yeah, definitely. Again, we will have links on our webpage. Check it out. Rob, say goodbye.
One more thing.
One
You
more
can check us out at www.facebook.com/guysgamesandbeer.
He actually already said that.
On
He actually already said it. Yeah,
Twitter.
No, he didn't.
Before you went into the beer thing, didn't you?
He talked about the website.
Okay, never mind.
Facebook.
At Guys Games. At Guys Games Beer.
Wow, we fucked up.
Jesus.
Now you fucked up.
That's messed
You're
up.
fucked up now.
I ain't winning this one. I'm on a losing streak. Boy.
And 3 beers into the show. Rob is 3 beers into the show.
Alright, thanks for watching Guys Games and Beer. We will see you on
Sorry.
Saturday morning.
So
And I
sorry.
apologize for this extra. Unfortunately, you guys who are listening to it on podcast probably won't have to hear it. 'Cause I'll probably
Bye.
Thank you. We love you.